Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I'm Helen from Contagious Creativity and we're going to be taking a trip down memory lane and having a look at the ways I've journaled or I've told my story over the years. So you will see from this that I've been doing it for quite some while and I keep them. So this is a scrapbook from 1991 when I was 4. This is documenting a trip to Hexham in Northumbria. So I've written a title page and I just thought I'd show it very briefly. It's obviously my mum's handwriting mainly, and I've cut out some pictures, and there's a picture of tiny me there on holiday. So yes, scrapbooking from a young age 4. Then I found this 5-year diary, which I highly recommend 5-year diaries because they are brilliant. You will see later on that I have another 5-year diary, and if you aren't into doing lots of creative things necessarily, but you want to just document a little something from each day, these are brilliant. So I thought this was quite funny because I started when I was 12, and it goes through all things I did. Alcohol was consumed by the end, which is not good, but I thought this was quite funny because if I go back to the back, I had a little secrets page, and I'll just cover up the surname, which I spelt wrong, but this was about my husband. So me and my husband went to school together, and I put that he's so lush in 1999, and there you go, it was meant to be from all those years back. I've lost the little key for this, so I must never shut it because there's so many interesting things there, all about the highs and lows of life as a 12-year-old, or so much of a nail varnish. Highly recommend those if you've got children that sort of age. They are brilliant to look back at in years later, so do encourage them to do that. Then I went off to university and I was doing teacher training, and I really didn't document a lot. I had to do a lot of reflection, and it drove me bonkers because I didn't always want to reflect by writing down and all things like that, and I wanted just to kind of learn from it and then try again. I was in the very practical kind of way, so I didn't keep another kind of journal. I documented things like my graduation with pictures rather than I'll try and find one with just me. Let's find one with just me. There we go. So yeah, just picture albums rather than documenting kind of any written way, because I was doing it so much in my teaching that I just kind of didn't have the headspace to do it anymore. And I realised I've thrown a lot of my teaching stuff away because they don't bring back good memories, because I was resistant to doing it, and I was doing it because I had to. So that's interesting that I don't have a big chunk of time there. And I said I had another 5-year diary, and this is it. This is a Q&A diary. You can just get them like this, but for grown-ups where there's no questions. But I thought this was quite a funny one. Yeah, let's have a look. Random page, 4th of May was really interesting because this just says, when was the last time you went swimming? And so talking about going to classes, and then so I was doing classes still in 2015, so 2014 I was doing swimming classes. I don't even remember doing them, can't remember at all. And then it was when we were in America somewhere, then before Bethany was born, and then 3 days ago with Bethany. She loves being in the water, so that you can see how things have progressed. I have time to do my own classes here. Oh, sorry, not in the centre. And then was I pregnant at this point? Possibly. It was on our big trip that I actually swam, and then I've got a baby. So I find this really interesting to look back at, and some days I will just pick a page and look back, and I found it so interesting. Talking of America trip, I did document my first big America trip. I don't know whether I've talked about it on here before, but I did a month, because I was a teacher. I'm not at the moment, but I am still qualified. So I had the summer holidays, which is a 6-week break, and a month of it I spent travelling in America, and 2 weeks of it Graham came out to meet me, which was quite cool. But the 2 weeks either side I just travelled on my own, which was quite fun. So I documented it, and it is really very basic, but I've just stuck some bits of ephemera maps and stuff in and written about where we went. And it's really simple, but I did it each night because my memory is terrible and I knew I wouldn't remember. And I could make something much prettier, but I kind of like the ruggedness of it. Yeah, so it's nice to look back at. Oh, Arcadia National Park, that's one of my favourite places on earth. It's so beautiful. So yes, that is my travel journal, which I love, even though it's super tatty because it went all around America. We did I did Milwaukee, then I flew because I knew some people there, well, sort of knew, and then we went all the way over to New York. I met Graham in New York, and we did a tour of loads of the states around there. I think about 8 states in the end. Went up to Arcadia and across and down back. Then Graham flew home from New York. I flew into Chicago and did a week in Chicago, and then flew home. All very, very confusing, but it was really fun. So that's real good memories. But it shows you don't have to make it look beautiful, but keep those memories. That's so good. Oh, that was a big bang. So then after that, we had babies, and I documented them in the baby books and things like that. And it was all not very me. The only kind of things I did for me were things like this, where I was just like, what do I need to do each day to try and keep myself on track? That was kind of it. I didn't really document anything other than in the baby books, and I was keeping up to date with online stuff, which is interesting. That because we had family across the country, I was putting up pictures with little text for them, and so I did that. And then come September 2019, I started off using a Happy Planner, and interestingly, during lockdown, I was using this quite a lot to document a bit more. I'm trying to find ones without the children's faces on so much, trying to take pictures of things we were doing during lockdown. So this must have been the week of lockdown. So it was my plan, but I also started to journal a little bit as well. So that was quite where I sort of started to get back to telling my story and journaling a little bit more. We went to a Mother's Day thing on this day, and then we were locked down because of COVID-19. So that was quite interesting week that I've just pulled out. But yes, so that was kind of how I journaled. It was very small, like that. Then, because I started to get into the journaling, I thought, this is going to be a really interesting time of our lives, and I wanted to document our what we were doing properly. So I just did a bit like the 5-year diary, but because I had some Happy Planner stuff, I just documented how I was feeling and the things we did during lockdown, cutting Graham's hair. This is very minimal sort of decoration, but I really enjoyed it. Now, I said it's pretty much ended. I sort of did I'm going to sign off here kind of thing. But yeah, that's a really interesting one to look back on. Then I got into using a Passion Planner daily. This is not the first one I did, but this is an interesting one to look at because it was my I used to put my to-do lists here, and then I was journaling, and then I was planning out my day, and then it was getting a bit I wanted to make it look pretty and not just have my plans, and I couldn't work out, so I was doing it after the fact, and it wasn't very useful, so I ended up using a bullet journal, and it became just my journal, and I really like the Passion Planner. It's Passion Planner Daily for both versions, the kind of the practical one and also the making it into a journal. But I did find I was being a bit constricted, and I couldn't just write be more free flow. But yeah, I did really enjoy it, and you can see I did lots of different kind of spreads, bright ones and calm ones and all sorts of different ones. Yeah, so that's interesting. I was starting to put some pictures in as well by this point. So that's that. Where to put it? So then I went down the kind of more bullet journal route, and this is a B5, I think this is B6 size, and then I went up to a B5 size. This is a big chunk. I have flip throughs for this, so I won't show you too much in here. So it's a page without children in it. You can see that I was journaling. I either did a double page spread or 1 page per day, apart from a couple of days I did 2 on one. Yeah, those are trying to find. But yeah, you can see I did all sorts of stuff. But if you want to see a proper flip through, they are up on my channel. But I really loved the kind of the ability just to write whatever I wanted, and I wasn't constricted in here, which was with the structure, I mean. So yeah, that was that. And then I got really into using traveller's notebooks for my planning and stuff. So then it kind of made sense that I was going to be using traveller's notebooks, which I still need to decorate this cover. Any ideas on what I should do there? Let me know. So these are just a few of my traveller's notebooks. I have quite a few more, but this is what I do my creative journaling in now. There's 2 inserts in here because it's quite a chunk, as you can see. So yes, that's what I use now, and I really love it, and I'm sure I will change in the future because it's me and that's what I do. But yes, for now I'm very happy with this setup. Yes, I might not have as much to say when the girls are both in school and things like that. I might not have as many stories to tell, but then I might make it more about me, because I do tend to make it quite a lot about what they're doing in their days. So that's where I'm at. That's my kind of journaling, my storytelling process, from right when I was 4 years old. So I hope you found that interesting. I'd love to know how you started journaling, what makes you want to journal. What's your drive? Because my drive really is to remember stuff that we're doing, particularly stuff I do with the children, mainly because my memory is terrible. So I'd love to know your thoughts and feelings about all of this. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Remember, creativity is contagious. Pass it on. Bye for now.